back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your host, Laws in the building. I'm in here solo dolo. We gonna see if Aaron come. I don't know if the Bama got hurt on the court, uh, pulled over by the federales. I don't know what happened, but we here. We gonna get into it. Uh, got a lot of stuff to talk about. First things first. This story, everybody heard about the young Carlee Russell out in Alabama. Apparently, she called into the police because she spotted a child on the side of the highway. I guess went to go help the child, then end up getting kidnapped. Then 48 hours later, she shows up at her parents' house. The parents are saying she fought for her life. Boyfriend saying she fought for her life. A lot of people are very skeptical of the whole scenario and situation. They saying this Jesse Smollett's girlfriend. For those of you remember, Jesse Smollett was the actor who faked the crime where he had the two African bombers beat him up. And then they end up, the police end up investigating, finding out it was a hoax the whole time. People are like kind of casting this and that whole space. I don't know, bro. It's Bama's out here kidnapping for real, but this is what I do know. If the joint is funny business, the feds gonna get to the bottom of it. Yeah, they gonna get down to the bottom of it. Her car was like left on the side of the road. It was still running, and her phone was in there and stuff like that. It just, I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to be that guy that just try to make it seem like it's sussy, but it do sound a little fishy. But
Jussie Smollett.
Stop, dog. You don't believe it, dog?
I didn't believe it from the jump.
Hold on.
Joint just sounded too wild.
Did it come out as it fake yet? Is it fake yet? They investigating still.
Dog, when in the history of kidnapping has a kidnapper took somebody back to their house 2 days later? And where's the toddler that was on the road? Where'd that joker go?
No, she said she fought for her life, bro, to get back to the house.
It took her 2 days?
48 hours, dog. I need to see that.
I don't want to say the quote.
What?
You don't think it was no side dude or nothing like that? Because she got a boyfriend. Whatever way can she go on a quick little rendezvous for 2 days?
Dog, she left her phone in the car. She left her wallet.
Yeah, that's what they do. She didn't need no money. He had everything. He picked her up right there on the side of the highway. They went and did what they had to do.
They said the federales was there in 3 minutes. She was gone.
Without a trace. Dogs ain't find nothing. Couldn't find a kid. Couldn't see a kid on camera. Highways got cameras all it's not like the old days. Every stretch of the road, they got cameras for that.
They do. But they said at the vantage point, dog, Sherlock Holmes gonna get to the bottom of it, dog. You best believe that.
And for the family to go do that interview, they already suspect that people think they lying. Because why else would you just 24 hours later hop on the little interview joint? Yeah. So the first wave is gonna be everybody saying protect black women, believe women, all this other kind of stuff. Then when the truth come out, you know the drill. Everybody gonna disappear, act like it never happened.
No, she got to go to jail. If they come out the jump was fugazi. Bama's do a lot for clout chasing. I'm not even gonna hold you, so I wouldn't even put it past her. But I'm just like, dog, that's a production, bro.
There's two options.
You got to get makeup artists and all that to make it go down right. Like I just.
The only way for the joint not to be a bogus lie is if they catch somebody. she can't be like, oh, I got abducted, but Alabama got away. With the forensics and the level of just all the stuff that they have access to, it's no way for Alabama to get away with not only snatching her off the side of the road, but then popping back up and dropping her off at home. You mean to tell me no cameras picked up nothing? Yeah, not in 2023, though.
Yeah, not 2023, dog. I mean, they are in Alabama, so it ain't like they in a major city, but I don't know about that one, Chan.
That's even worse. They kidnapping black people in Alabama and bringing them back now?
I don't know, dog. Yeah.
Do you believe it?
Now,
what's your gut tell you?
So we need to know the account of the injuries that she sustained at the hospital, because she went to the hospital to get checked out and stuff like that. I need to see what kind of, like, if there's a rape kit that's been given to her and that, it comes out that happened. If it comes out that, like, she's like, got like a broken rib or something, like, what I'm saying? It gotta be some substantial injuries if you fought for your life, because you can't say you fought for your life and then you just got a twisted ankle. Like, I just, to me, those things just don't match up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to rush the judgment, dog. I just want to kind of let the evidence come.
I said, what did your gut say? You never let evidence come out. You always the first battle with a conclusion, and then
dog. It's the new age, dog. You gotta give you. It's just
you scared.
I'm scared.
You scared of Black Twitter.
Hey, dog.
Feminist Black Twitter. I ain't even on Twitter. I'm on Threads now. I don't even go over it.
I don't got dog. Twitter done been boycotted. We don't.
Yeah, leave the feminists and the racists on Twitter and move over to Threads.
Yeah, dog. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess my gut saying.
If this was the group chat, what would you say?
The jump fluke. The jump fluke.
Fake news, bro.
Yeah, this jump fluke. But I again, you never know, dog. You never know.
I know.
I need.
If I'm wrong, I apologize, though.
I need to see the injury report, dog.
I don't need to see it.
I need to see the injury report.
I see the scouting report. I don't need the injury report.
This Bama head, dog. What's going on with this Bama head, Dak, dog? Talking about he not gonna throw 10 interceptions this year, dog. You're full of it. I promise you, throw 10. This Bama's gonna have 10 INTs by week 6, guaranteed. I promise you. And for an off season that's been relatively slow, why are you giving anybody fodder? Why are you setting an expectation for yourself that's unrealistic, dog? Like, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that he's gonna throw 10 plus INTs within the first 6 games of the year. That's not even 2 a game. That's like 1 to 2 a game, dog. And which I think is he generally is on tap for. He usually, about 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns and an INT typically. So you gotta just chill and fall back, bro. You don't gotta even say anything. You don't gotta say nothing. You can just relax. But yeah, he gonna have 10 easy. Other football news, well, not really football news, but just news in general. Skip Bayless, they talk about Richard Sherman being the next host, taking over for Shannon Sharp. Now, I think if they do this for Undisputed, that's a power move. I like Richard Sherman, dog. I think he has very, good insights on the game. I think he has very unique perspectives. I think similar to Shannon, like, he's very culturally aware of things and can serve as a balance to, when Skip, go on his tangents or just kind of, lose sight of just some of the racial components that are at play in just sports in general. And I think he would actually be a good host. I mean, I'm not really looking to see Skip kind of bounce back on his feet because, things have taken a hit for him, and nobody's really checking for Skip unless there's somebody there to like really generate the buzz as Shannon did for the show. So I think if they're looking to replace Shannon, Richard Sherman is an excellent choice. You know, to bring a lot of the same things that Shannon Sharp brought to the show. I think that that Richard Sherman would definitely bring, you know, by coming to the show. Other news, other sportscasts, dog, this Bama, dog, I'm tired. I'm so tired of the undertoned racism that just happens all the time from these old, antiquated white media sportscasters, dog. It's just this whole narrative that they just want to. I don't know, like, I don't know. I do know. Because you know racism is old as any tradition in American history, and it's just embedded in our culture. So this Bama Dan Patrick is going to come out and say that nobody should be praising Deion Sanders, and basically why is he getting all this praise for coming and turn around the Colorado program? Because he humiliated the kids when he told them that they weren't going to be able to like stay, and many of them were going to have to hit the transfer portal. And basically, why did Deion have to tape that and humiliate the kids and stuff like that? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And like, dog, like this is the hypocrisy of the sports media, because these white head coaches for these NCAA teams for centuries have not given one squat about any of these kids, their futures. They get injured, scholarship gone. They do something, they talking to these kids reckless. If they recorded half of the conversation that these head coaches had with these black, predominantly majority black students in the game, dog, it would have these men out of jobs immediately, because they're not talking nice. And so whether it's done in front of the camera, I actually respect it more if it was in front of the camera, because at least it will put some type of a buffer on these white head coaches that say all this reckless stuff to these players, dog. They say reckless stuff, and it's been documented. These players have come out and said like some of the stuff that these coaches have said to them. And so, like, don't give me that. Talking about, dog, the only reason you have a problem with it is because Colorado is predominantly white school, right? White players. These white kids were being told that they weren't going to be able to hack it, and that they was going to have to hit the portal and find another school and potentially, like, you know, figure it out, right? And that Deion was coming to change over the program and get dogs and people who could play and had the skill set that they needed to turn the program around and be successful. I mean, let's just call it what it is, dog. And he didn't like that because it was a bunch of white kids. If Deion was screaming at a bunch of black kids and telling them all that stuff, the same rhetoric, you wouldn't have a problem with it, Dan Patrick. You wouldn't care at all. You would just keep it moving and just be like, you know, I mean, yeah, like Deion's great. Like, he wouldn't care.
You already know.
No, you already know. And I'm saying them days of Dan Patrick voice even mattering is done. Nobody cares what he has to say anymore. All these white media commentators just waiting in the wings, dog. I wouldn't be surprised these Bamas trying to pay the NCAA to just sabotage their season, do all type of funny business. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Yeah. No, NFL running backs are complaining out here. They not getting the bread. They saying everybody done chimed in on the whole situation between Josh Jacobs not signing his franchise tag, nor what's my man over at Giants? Saquon Barkley not signing his franchise tag. Tony Pollard signed his, but all these other running backs are chiming in. Christian McCaffrey saying it's bad. Derrick Henry saying it's terrible that they treat him like basically they draft him. The second year they play him, and in the third year they franchise tag him, and then that's how they just keep him on a roster and keep the whole narrative going and going. Dog, what is this just the way it's going to be? Will it change? I mean, Le'Veon Bell tried to sit out, and he basically said, "Though I did what I could do, but it didn't change. It didn't change nothing
The
because he
game
was
isn't a
fine."
run-oriented game anymore, so they don't have the leverage that they used to have. So for somebody to buck that, it would have to be a Bama that's super all world. It would have to be a Bama that's so off the chart, somebody we haven't seen, like an Adrian Peterson in the modern game or Barry Sanders. Like a lot of these guys, even the really good running backs, are kind of just guys. Other than
Mhm.
Derrick Henry, it's nobody that completely changes the climate of an offense. That's anywhere.
Christian McCaffrey can change. I think
He's good. He's really good at a
he's
lot of
elite.
things, but he
I think
doesn't change. He doesn't change an offense. He
I
doesn't
think
do what Derrick Henry can.
so. I disagree. I think he's elite, dog. I think the ability to catch and the ability to run and his versatility makes him like him Eckler. Like I put them in that same category where their skill set just makes them elite, and it makes them you can use them in multiplicity of ways. So
That's the thing. Versatility is not a. I think people over value versatility. That
mhm.
just tells me you're not super great at anything. Bama is overly versatile. You go, oh, you play this position, this position, this position. If a Bama is all world elite at one position or at one thing, that's what people's gonna have you do. Like Randy Moss. It's just to me, it's just the Bama's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see defenses completely having to change what they do to play a team that he's been on. I just don't see it.
I mean, I think I would tend to stand on the other side of that because I mean, part of it is when he went to the San Francisco 49ers, Shanahan's just an elite offensive coordinator and how he calls plays. But part of the reason why they wanted a Christian McCaffrey is because of his versatility and because that he creates matchup nightmares, in different parts of the field. So I mean, to me, I think he's elite. I want to call everybody like Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is a little more like down to earth and regular. And this season was just more of an anomaly and like an outlier for his career. And I get him trying to get his bag, but I wouldn't call him like super elite, even though this year for this season, he was good at running the ball and being a running back. Saquon, a little bit different. I think he's more closer to the elite status with
I
the
think he's better than McCaffrey.
well,
McCaffrey's more versatile, probably just based
so
on the way he gets used.
so so from a running back standpoint, I would agree. I think Saquon Barkley is a better running back than Christian McCaffrey. But as far as elite talent and ability, I wouldn't say that Saquon just his ability just is that much better than Christian McCaffrey. But I wouldn't
I would.
argue. But I wouldn't argue either if you felt like he was. I'd just be like, okay, I just don't necessarily think so. I mean, from me, Christian McCaffrey, his health is more the knock to him than anything else.
I just don't
Uh,
see any of the running backs other than Derrick Henry in the league dominating
mhm.
football games.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, and that's why these
So
niggas not getting paid.
yeah, and I don't think they will get paid. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, for as good as he is, I think next year he comes up on the
He
tail
had his
end.
chance, I believe.
Yeah, but the down seat year that he had this year, I think, and granted the team was some bush, but like still like when teams are looking for any reason not to pay you, that's an example. Like it's like, oh, well, you had a down year,
But
but
when they put Anthony Richardson on the field with him in that backfield, and they got to have that extra defender spying the quarterback, and he get to run instead of last year when Matt Ryan garbage ass was out there, and he
yeah,
playing against 11 people in the box. Now he get to play against, you know what I mean,
yeah.
better ratios. So I think he gonna have a comeback. I think he gonna probably have 2,000 yards this year.
Wow, that's ambitious. Um, I mean, I think he'll do fine. Like I think he'll have a good season. Will he return to the elite status? I mean, I think he should. Um, but I don't know that it will happen
Yeah, it's a lot of variables. New
seamlessly.
head
Yeah,
coach, bunch of stuff.
yeah. Even philosophies when it comes down to running philosophies. All right. On our last topic for today, This one is a doozy. What do you think about this?
That's always, bro. You think a European play, the European? Okay, so we could pick 10 guys to be on a European team, right, and play against the American.
But
the
that's
US.
multiple countries, right?
No, I'm just saying.
That's
fine. That's how the All-Star game should be. Fuck all this East versus West. Pick your best European players that's in the league
USA
and play
versus
against
the
the
world.
USA and see who win every time.
You think the world is beating USA? If we come out with our
healthy
version, talk that shit, B.
What you think, dog?
I think it's no change. No change.
That the foreigners don't beat the American, the USA team, dog. You put Embiid, Luka, and Jokic all on the same team. They not Giannis too. You don't think that they have a chance to beat the American? Who the American squad got that's worth anything?
Steph, LeBron,
KD, Steph, LeBron. Okay, but like
Paul George, Harden is still on the American team. Kyrie Irving is still on the American team. Tatum is still on the American team. Dog, America is loaded. You can't just sit 3 centers out there and a ball hawk, Bama, who needs to dominate the ball to be effective or to look good, which is Luka, and 3 centers, and think all of a sudden because Jokic and them won a chip, now we want to shift the entire climate of basketball.
Dog, it's not. I don't think it's the entire climate. It's just, dog, Jokic is the best player in the league.
Oh, see, that's why we can't have this debate. If that's where your position is that Jokic is the best bam in the league, then there's no way we can even debate this because we're not even debating apples to apples, dog.
You don't think Jokic is the best player in the league?
Hell no.
Who's the best player in the league?
I can probably name 5 players better than Jokic.
No. Who's the best player in the league?
Probably still Giannis.
I'll give you Giannis. And I won't even argue that. But I think after Giannis is Jokic. And
I don't even like Embiid, and I think Embiid is better than Jokic.
I don't think Embiid is better. Embiid is missing a third portion of his heart. This Bama just...
He's missing a third portion of his heart. He's also missing a third portion of a coach and a third portion of teammates.
No, and the Bama fall down way too much for me.
Yeah, because he's fat and out of shape. But he's still better than Jokic.
I don't think so. And granted, it's people listening to the podcast. They feel one way or another. Dog, just know I think Jokic is the best player in the league. And the reason is because the Bama can do everything that you need to have a player do in order to win.
You value a lot of versatility. Like I see that Dre sends your scale over the meter.
No, I'm just saying the Bama just did he's
a good player. He's a really good player.
He did everything that his team needed him to do in order for them to win. If they needed rebounding, the Bama rebounded, and then they needed scoring, the Bama score. They needed.
Or Murray was getting buckets and Murray did his thing in the finals.
No, agree.
He's the reason that Bama's won the finals for real.
But it's the thing though. There's no player in the league that doesn't need a complementary piece to win. So it's not like everybody needs somebody. So
no, that's a fact.
So to me, that doesn't really diminish his ability to do everything and play at a high level. To me, it's just Murray Cook, that was good. They had other guys step up. That's what a championship team is supposed to do. But if I'm starting a team right now, and I need one piece to start that team, Giannis might be that first piece, which I wouldn't argue down. But then next to that, I feel like you could put Jokic on any team.
I'm not taking the center.
And you could build around him from jump.
I'm not building around any center in today's game.
Well, that's what Denver did. They built around Jokic.
They built a good team. They built a really good team, and they played the Miami Heat.
But I'm saying he the centerpiece, and all the players are complementary pieces around him.
Right, but they took him in the second round. They didn't draft his bad. They didn't start the franchise with Jokic and build around him. That's fake news. The Bama was a second-round pick.
No, I'm talking about once they realized this Bama was it, they started building around him. They actively and intentionally built the team around him. They weren't like, oh yeah, we're going to just build this team around Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray wasn't the like building block.
Was Jokic when they got Jamal Murray? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Think hard. So Jokic was already that guy when they got Jamal Murray.
No. Jokic was good, but he became that guy. Like maybe like Jamal Murray wasn't even that guy when Jokic became that guy. Jamal Murray came.
Jamal Murray was the best player on the team before Jokic was. Before he tore that ACL. Harold, don't do that.
No. Look the numbers.
Don't do that. Before the ACL.
No, look the numbers up. He was not.
Nobody was talking. Okay. See,
he was never number wise. He was never better than Jokic ever.
You said what?
Numbers wise, he was never better than.
I don't play fantasy basketball, Harold. I'm talking about.
It's not fantasy basketball. No. That's what I'm saying. But like, if we
put a poll up on let me see what year. Let me see what year Murray tore his ACL because we gotta get to the bottom of this. We're not gonna let this one just float off to the atmosphere.
Pull the number. I already know two of the people who listen to the show gonna pull the numbers up. Go back, look at Jamal Murray's numbers prior to his injury, whatever.
No. We say who was better. That was my argument. I ain't say nothing about numbers. That was you.
Well, I'm saying that constitute for better. If we going on a team and we're like, oh, you on a team and I'm on a team, but I average more points than you and rebounds and assists.
So 2021.
I'm better. It ain't even up for discussion. It was just that's the easy way to settle it. Because if he's better, his numbers will reflect that. Even if he's outscoring him, I'll be like, okay, I'll give you that. But he wasn't doing that. And Murray's good. And I'm not saying he's trash or nothing like that. He's good. But he was never like the centerpiece of.
He was the guy on that squad before his ACL tore. I didn't hear nobody talking about Jokic was the best player.
Because Jokic's game never reflected like of course nobody even talked about Denver to begin with because Denver was his team all the way on the West Coast that nobody really paid attention to. These Bama's was first in the West for like the whole season. And nobody like even put them in a conversation for like winning a chip. They just got overlooked. People still don't even give Denver their props like that. So the fact that nobody was like really talking about Jokic doesn't mean that he wasn't putting up numbers and getting buckets. It's just because like he wasn't the flashy. He wasn't dunking on Bama's night after night. He wasn't doing what Ja was doing and some of these other players in the league that just had more notable appearances in games. But the Bama was cooking.
Dog, this is revisionist history to me. Nobody was talking about this Bama being elite, top of the league type Bama. He was just a good NBA player. No,
I'm saying nobody ever talked about him as an elite player. But what I'm saying is his numbers were still good, dog. This Bama his numbers were still solid. He just was.
No, I'm not saying he trash. I'm just saying to me, before the ACL tear, Murray was the best player on the team. To me. He was the it guy. Jokic was good. He's always been, not always, but he's been like part of the reason people think he's good because he's a stat stuff. Like the Bama, if you look at his box score, the joint look crazy. But that's just
dog. This Bama 2017 was as low as 2016-17 was his lowest average. He was playing 27 minutes, average 16, 9, and 5.
And what year was that?
This is 2016-17. 18, he averaged 18, 10, and 6. So almost a triple-double. Then
6 is almost. Oh.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, nah. I mean, dog, if we just round it up, that's close as a triple-double you pretty much going to get. I mean, I didn't say it was a triple-double. I'm just saying he damn near almost had a triple-double. At 18, 10, the 10 is clear, and then the 6. Then the next year after that, 2018-19, and I think this is the year before Murray got hurt, he averaged 20, 10, and 7. So basically almost the same identical numbers. And he was playing 31 minutes. Then Murray, I think, got hurt in the 2019-20 season. And then that season he averaged.
It was 2021, I think, because he only played 46 games that year, or 48, something like that. So
the year, 19 and 20, he had 9.7, which is almost 10, but basically his number stayed the same. 19, 9, and 7. And then the 2021 season where what do you call it, got hurt. That's when he just took over and it was like 26,
Exactly.
10 and 8.
Exactly.
But Murray's numbers weren't better than that before then.
I never say anything about numbers. That's
No,
numbers is your thing. Almost never hear me say nothing
you
about
said
numbers.
Jamal Murray was the best player on the team.
He was the guy that was in the conversations about being like the guy, the next one up.
Okay,
nobody was having conversations about Jokic being a top player.
So I'm about to, we can settle it. Jamal Murray's numbers in 2016-17, he averaged 10. You can give him 10 points because it's 9.9. So 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Then 17.
And then what year was Jokic? Did Jokic come to the Nuggets, and what year did?
So Jokic was there before him.
Right, but I'm asking, what year did Jokic come to the Nuggets?
Let's see here. Jokic came in 2015-16 season.
And then what was his numbers that year?
And Murray came 2016-17.
So 1 year later, right?
1 year later. So his first year, Jokic's first year in 2015, he had 10, 7, and 2.
Right. And so you saying with the 10, 7, and 2, they seen that and said, we got to build around this guy. And then that's when they brought in.
No.
That's not what you said earlier?
No, I'm saying that Jokic was there before Jamal Murray got there, right? Jamal Murray was drafted, right? And when they brought Jamal Murray, they could have drafted anybody. They could have went and got another big. They could have, if they say, "Oh, Jokic is not, he's trash," like they could have got another big. They got a complimentary guard to go along with Jokic, right? And then Jokic. So the next season, Jokic had, when Murray was there and they were playing together, Jokic had 16, 10, and 5. And those were his numbers.
If Denny Avdia went out and got 16 and 10, you would say the Bama's trash. You said this Bama only scored 16.
Hold on. Denny Avdia is not averaging double digits.
No, this is a fact. He's garbage. But what I'm saying is,
he plays 27 minutes. So I mean, me calling him trash is
16 in the league is not top notch. It's not built around.
Okay.
You said they built the. They brought in Murray to build around.
Fair enough. You can say that, but what I'm saying is, they still decided that Jokic was a piece that they wanted to build around. Now we can argue if you think that 16, 7, and 9 was a smart choice for them to try to build around, but clearly where he is now, they made the right decision building around him because they put pieces to go with them. Now I'm not saying that they did that exclusively for Jokic, because I think Murray became another piece that they were like, oh yeah, we need to add to this. And that, I mean, they brought in Michael Porter Jr. and they brought in other pieces to complement. But Jokic was the first piece that they were like, we need to build around this guy.
I disagree, because that's not even how the NBA works. Bama's just draft the best players they can get, and then they hope guys develop. Is what happened. Like Murray developed, Jokic developed. But to say that this Bama was there and it was like, oh, they just saw it, like we talking about LeBron, or like we talk about some top elite player that went in the first round, I think it's a stretch. It's a super stretch.
So to me, I don't think it's any different than how the Milwaukee Bucks built around Giannis. Once they identified that he was the guy,
where did Giannis get drafted though?
What do you mean, where did Giannis get drafted? He got drafted late first round. Yeah, he got drafted late first round. 2013.
15. That's a lottery pick.
Yes, but he didn't come in and dominate right away. It took him a few seasons.
He developed. Yes,
but what I'm saying is, like, the team decided to put pieces around him once they identified he was the guy. The same way they did for Jokic. It's no different.
No, to me, that's very different. When you take a guy that high, you regard him that high, and you say, okay, this is a guy we could potentially build around, versus taking a guy in the second round, which means not only did you not want him in the first round, 30 other teams didn't want the Bama. And then you draft him in the second round and you see, okay, this Bama's good. We're going to let him develop and see what we got in somebody like this.
No. But what I'm saying is, when Giannis first came, his showing on the court didn't reflect building around him. So what you're saying is you just choose guys that you want in the league and bring them on the team and just try to get better that way. The Bucks did the same thing. Giannis' first year in the league, this Bama played 25 minutes. He has 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. That's not nothing I want to like build around. Like,
right, but they took this Bama with the lottery, Harold.
Hold on. The second year, he averaged 12, 6, and 3. So what I'm saying is they were just picking players. They weren't necessarily saying, oh, we're going to build around this guy. They're saying, oh, we're just going to pick players and try to just build our team with talent because our team doesn't have talent. And then when he actually manifests that, oh, well, we got a stud in Giannis, then they decided we need to get pieces. Brought in Middleton, brought in Rue Holiday. Like, then they started to build pieces around.
Middleton came.
He came in like 19, 20. Yeah, he wasn't there off break.
He came in 2014, Harold. No, 2013. Oh, your history. You're gonna have to. So you've been watching the NFL little documentary. You gotta go re-up your NBA history, dog, because you remember stuff a little different.
Chris Middleton came in 2012. Well, no, he came into the league in 2012.
Right, he was with the Pistons first.
The Pistons first. Then he traded to the Bucks.
And what year?
13. 12, 3, and 2.
You off by 7 years, dog.
I am. I'm off for about a minute. Then he had what? 13, 4, 2, 18, 3, and 4. So like 2015, 16 is the first year he like did anything notable. But again, they weren't building around Chris Middleton.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not even saying Jokic is bad or not a top 10 player or maybe not even a top 5 player. But to say this Bama was built like Bama's identified this Bama like when you say build around guys and franchise guys, you're talking about a handful of players. You're talking about LeBron. You're talking about like even Carmelo when he went that high. Guys that end up being busts like a Kwame Brown who they take high. They're taking these guys and trying to build around. When you get a guy like a Jokic, who you take in the second round, he ends up developing better than the whole entire league thought he was going to develop into. And in the meantime, you're steady drafting good players. And if you keep drafting good players, have good coach, have good culture, you end up having a winner. But to say these Bama's built around Jokic, to me, is a super stretch. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every top player in the league wasn't built around. Some guys just end up developing into that.
Yeah, I mean, I can attest to that. I can agree to that. But I just think when you go ahead and max a guy out, and he's the first person you super max on your team, everything.
He earned that though. Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, anything that happens after that is you're bringing pieces to the team to build around him. You're not.
At this point, yes, like I'm not disagreeing, but we talk like this conversation to me is a 2 or maybe 3 year conversation. To act like this Bama was like they got this Bama and his 10 points and 6 assists was like, oh my God, we got to build around this guy. To me, that's not even how the NBA works, and I think you know that too because this Bama's that score 16 on the Wizards who you can't stand.
So okay, all right. So listen, if y'all. What y'all think? Jenna Garcia, that's your mob that you've been following these Bamas from day one. You tell us what it is. Was the Denver Nuggets building around Jokic, or is it just a team that just happened to assemble and they just threw Dawson the dartboard and they just
see the Bama don't fake news me.
I don't know. I know what it is, dog. I mean, don't. Formulate your own thought and opinion on it, and let us know. Chime in the comments what you think. Like, because I mean I'm pretty confident that they built around this Bama. I mean, and it was early on. It wasn't as late as like last year or.
I didn't say last year. I said 3 years. If we go, you love that 16 and 10. I don't know what it is about that 16 and 10 that you love so much. It's probably 20 Bamas in the league that give you 15 and 10, whether it be almost 10 assists since we rounded up from 6 to 10, whether it be almost 10 assists or 10.
So that's what I'm not saying. 16 and 10. 16 and 10 was that. No, if you go back,
how many guys had a double last year in the NBA?
3 years. If you go back to 2018-19, he had 20, 10, and 7. That's not nothing to sneeze at,
No,
dog.
I'm not. That's not what I said. They did not draft this Bama and start building around him out the gate. That's all I'm saying. Or after the first year, or after the second.
Okay. All right. All right. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong, dog. It's okay. I can. I
No,
can. I
I'm
can.
just saying. Like the Bama was not identified as a franchise player. Like they won the chip now. The Bama got
Mhm.
the MVPs. Now all of a sudden, Bama's going to go back and change how they viewed the Bama. And nobody was talking about him being the best player in the league before LeBron got old, before KD got old. They was talking about Steph being the top. Nobody was
No,
talking
he.
about no
No, no,
Jokic.
no, 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 no. And I 100% agree with you. He
That's
was
my
not
whole
that.
point
He
in this whole
no.
debate is that
No, I'm
nothing
saying
else.
I'm saying if the league went turned around and they did an all-star game with the foreigners versus the USA Bambas, I'm just saying to me right now in this juncture of time, Jokic is the best player in my opinion in the league. And I'm saying that wasn't the case last year, 2 years ago,
That's
3
my
years
only point.
ago. Like that's not. Yeah, I
That's
agree
my
with
only
you
point.
there. I agree with you there
That's the only
because
thing I've been
I
debating
think
this entire time is that this is new.
yeah, because even when Kawhi Leonard was like one of those guys, Jokic wasn't on nobody's radar. No, Jokic
Right.
wasn't being discussed like that.
Nobody was
Like as
talking
the
about
best
just
player.
now.
I'm just saying, as of now, the Bama took an even further leap, and like he's just dominant. And if I'm like, if it's a game where it's Jokic and B, uh, uh, what's the Bama from Dallas? All of them Bamas on the same squad. I don't know how many other foreigner Bamas they got out there, but you probably gotta. I mean,
How they gonna score? How, like with they got three centers or two centers and a slash power
no,
forward.
they gonna
So you got
get
MB.
they gonna get every bucket they want to get, though. They got the height, they got the size,
You see,
and
you
then
'90s niggas, you
they can
dinosaurs.
pass. No, it's not. No, it's just come on, man. Tell you ain't Aaron. You played in a game tonight. You can't sit here and tell me you ain't getting no
Scoring
buckets
matters. These Bama's
on
is not
small.
scoring like Americans can score all over the floor. In the three ball game, is not like the American. No, Steph, KD. You could LeBron. I mean, the Bama's up there, but you could debate if you want to have LeBron involved. Tatum. Oh, they don't have nothing like that over there.
Let's
So
see
you
here.
just want to see a bunch of Bama's posted. You think they're just gonna take turns posting up? Luka just gonna come
Oh,
down, throw it in the post, throw it in the post, throw it in the post. Oh, stop.
I don't. Oh, and B,
Another name the
Luca,
next center. The top three players are centers.
Giannis, Gobert.
Bagless Giannis at that. That's all they got to do.
Oh, wait, nah, these members is washing the U.S. Pascal Siakam,
Harold,
Josh Giddey.
Harold,
They about to
you don't
they
even
about to
believe this.
Aiden Foreign. If Ben Simmons can
More
get his
centers.
mind out the vortex, he could play.
Okay, so who's the starting lineup? Who's the center? Embiid,
Yeah, you got Embiid,
Embiid, and
you
then you
got
got
Joker
Jokic at the five. I mean at the four.
4, Then you got Giannis at the 3.
Oh, these niggas ain't
Then
getting no
you
threes.
got
Okay,
yeah,
who at the two?
he ain't shooting no
Who
threes.
could get a bucket at the two?
All
You
right,
gonna go
at the
ahead?
2. Hold
You
on.
struggling already? You
Oh,
trying to get the
Andrew
Luka?
Wiggins. You put Andrew Wiggins at the
Oh
2.
yeah, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, you put
These
Wiggins
Bama's
at the
about to
2.
put up. These Bama's about to be clanking out here, and then of course you got Luka at the one, right?
And then hold up. Is we counting Kyrie? That Bama from Australia.
Stop it, Harold. Stop it. Stop it, Harold. The Bama's American.
No,
Okay, then
he
let's
from
do the now
Australia.
let's do the U now let's do the U.S. lineup. Who's at the center?
Hold
It
on,
don't
dog.
even really matter.
Hold on. I ain't finished. Bama's from
That's
Bahamas.
fine.
Yeah, let me see here.
See,
Let me
you want to
see.
edit the lineup
No,
because you
hold
know
on,
that joint is trash.
no. Nah, I could do Jamal Murray. He from Canada. We could bring him in. He could play.
So you want to switch him
Him and
out
his
with
man.
Wiggins? Let me make sure
Yeah,
Jamal Murray Canadian.
yeah, he Canadian, dog. Let me see. Yeah, then it get a little sussy. I mean,
They get
Bogdanovich.
real sussy.
Mo
He's from
Wagner.
Canada. You talking about Bama? So the Wizards didn't even win on this.
Denny Avdia, dog.
Exactly.
Rui.
Turbo. Exactly. Okay,
Oh
now
no!
let's do.
Hold on. Off the bench, Bama. Porzingis. I'll take Kristaps Porzingis. Oh,
He American,
Sabonis.
ain't he?
Demontis Sabonis. Go ahead, give me him.
You got a bunch of
Too.
bigs, dog. That's gonna be a trash line.
Go ahead, give me him too. We gonna be ain't all rebounds, all putbacks.
You can talk about we. Now you're for that.
We're gonna win by. I'm a point that.
So we're gonna put 80 at the center. So we got 80 at the center for the U.S. team. At the power forward, we got KD.
Okay. 80 KD. Oh no, AD soft as banana pudding.
But every other game, he gonna give you 30 and 15. Every other game, he gonna give you 30 and 15. Okay, KD at the 4. Then we put LeBron at the 3. Then we putting Tatum at the 2. And then we putting Steph at the 1. Stop playing, Harold. You know good and got well, it's no chance. The buckets, it's about scoring the basketball.
That's tough. AD, KD, LeBron.
The shooting is just unreal. There's no way they can keep up scoring.
Then you got Clay off the bench and you know.
And then if you want to put Bama's off the bench, we talking about Kawhi, Paul George. You talking about Klay Thompson. It's so many Bama's. You talk De'Aaron Fox. Oh, it's unlimited. Oh, the U.S. got too many dudes.
So this is the thing. I think that the league definitely should consider it because it would be an intriguing matchup.
I would watch 100%.
And I definitely will watch. And that jump would add life to the game that's not there currently, especially in that All-Star game. So if you're listening, NBA, Stern's orders, Adam Silver, make it happen, bro.
It need to happen this year. So this year.
Yeah. And they got time, they could definitely make it happen this year.
No question. Probably triple the ratings on that joint because I would 100% watch the whole game.
Yeah, and worldwide, people will watch because they be like, "Dog, they want to see."
Look how Bama's debate the joint. Nothing about the NBA triggers this kind of debate like this conversation.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We ain't had this debate since Jay Cutler and Matt Ryan.
Bama's ain't arguing on the show in like about 5 years, dog. It's been a minute since we had a real good steamy argument about something. So yeah, this jump put up we need this NBA. Come on, stop.
No, we gotta put up a poll.
Yeah, that's a fact because we need to see what happened. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. It's your boy Laws, Aaron signing out. Peace.